All right, YouTube, Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. I got this story I'm going to tell you all about out of Philadelphia. They got on here Philly mass shooting. 8 students. 8 students shot at SEPTA bus stop. 30 plus rounds fired. Live now. It came in a few hours ago. So it's relatively a fresh story. That's why I'm podcasting so late. But look, this is one of the main reasons that we can't afford all these immigrants and all this chaos in our communities, in our societies, because it's coming unhinged. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in this situation is with students. So we so preoccupied with the politics and the propaganda that we're not even paying attention to what's going on with our children with the streets. So we're gonna look at this story. Y'all tell me what you think. I'm watching it with y'all too. I ain't see the whole story.
Fourth in as many days. Of course, they were talking about potentially this one being a retaliatory act from the one on Monday. Of course, on Monday, a 17-year-old juvenile was killed at a shooting. You can see potentially stepping up here to a podium. You can see people walking at this podium, potentially the mayor, the police chief.
Wait a minute. Did I hear him right? He said Monday. Did he said Monday. I'm gonna play it back. Because today is Wednesday.
This shooting, of course, the fourth in as many days. Of course, they were talking about potentially this one being a retaliatory act from the one on Monday. Of course, on Monday, a 17-year-old juvenile was killed at a shooting. You can see potentially stepping up here to a podium. You can see people walking at this podium, potentially the mayor, the police chief, Commissioner Bethel, as well here on Live Now from Fox, as they appear to be stepping up to this podium, this microphone stand here, as they were just huddled in a Dunkin' Donuts making these remarks. And it looks like they're about to provide an update here on Live Now from Fox. Let's take out this shot in full here as our Fox 29 cameras there positioned very close to this crime scene. Let's just listen in here on Live Now from Fox as they will provide an update as 8 individuals were shot, of course, not necessarily on a SEPTA bus, but involving a SEPTA bus. And you can see plenty of casings around the area, gunshot holes inside some of the buses and the windows. It sent people running. It also has a concern for the drivers as well. So they're stepping up to the podium right here on Live Now from Fox, and we're going to listen into what they have to say here live raw.
Investing isn't just for the elite few. It's a skill you can learn. Webull is here to enhance your investment journey. You can...
And unfiltered.
I don't know if you guys have any music on or not.
Correct. Does somebody have our mic in there?
Bring in.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sergeant Eric Griff. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Philadelphia Police Department. We're out here on the 7300 block of Rising Sun Avenue to talk about a mass shooting which happened shortly before 3 o'clock, 2:59. We're going to hear today from our mayor, Sherelle Parker. It's going to be followed by the superintendent of the school district of Philadelphia, Dr. Watlington. We're going to hear from our police commissioner, Kevin Bethel, chief of SEPTA Police, Chief Lawson. Then we're going to hear from our district attorney, Larry Krasner. I just ask that you hold all of your questions until the end, until our last speaker has gone. Madam Mayor.
Good evening, Philadelphia. Over the past 2 days, we have seen
11 juveniles shot. Over the past few days, we have seen these senseless acts of gun violence occur in and around schools and public transportation, mass transit sector. The purpose of our being here on today is to inform you all that enough is enough, that every law enforcement partner that we have here in the city of Philadelphia is actively engaged and working together to ensure that every resource that is needed is readily available so that the work can be done to solve the crimes. Now, this is what's extremely important to me as mayor of this city, that the people of this city know that we will not be held hostage, that we will use every legal tool in the toolbox to ensure the public health and safety of the people of our city. We know that we have to ensure that we have access to.
The sad and crazy part about it is those are the children of the people of the city. Like the very people that are outraged, these are their children. This is chaos. This chaos comes with the demoralization of a community. The destruction of the nuclear family is total chaos. Think about it.
Economic opportunities, quality public education, year-round opportunities, out-of-school time opportunities, and we're going to work on that. This simply further strengthens our resolve to get this done, but we are going to ensure that every partner that we have, every resource that we need to solve this crime, to ensure that those who are responsible are held accountable, we're going to make sure that we do that. But I want Philadelphians to know that on our streets, and you're going to hear from our police commissioner, he will give you details about the Philadelphia Police Department's role, but you need to know that we are going to do everything that we can to ensure your public health and safety, and we don't apologize for using every legal and constitutional tool in our tool belts in order to get that done. Today, you're going to notice when I say partners, I'm referring to our school district of Philadelphia. I'm referring to our police department. The ATF is here. SEPTA is here. Our Office of Emergency Management, our managing director, our public safety director, and our district attorney. Everyone is here tonight. This further strengthens our resolve and the need and the sense of urgency regarding why we have to work together to ensure, one, that anyone held accountable, we make sure we let you know that we have worked together in a unified way to ensure that that is what occurs. But we want no one in the city of Philadelphia concerned about whether or not they can come out and go to the store, go to the supermarket. We don't want you feeling captive in your homes, and our police commissioner is going to talk to you about what our public safety actions formally will be as a result of this all. Thank you so very much. We're now going to hear from our school superintendent, Walton.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of all of our children and families in the school district, we are just absolutely heartbroken and angry that innocent children walking home from school would be impacted by gun violence. And we agree with the mayor, enough is enough. Our parents and students are working so hard in the school district of Philadelphia to improve outcomes. And just so happy that the mayor and the team is here together to stand in unison. Certainly, we will have trained crisis professionals at the Northeast High School tomorrow to provide support to our students and families as they process this horrific, unconscionable act of violence. Again, we're going to do everything to work with the mayor, under the mayor's leadership, with Commissioner Bethel, and all the partners here in the city, because we absolutely are committed to improving outcomes for our young people and make sure that they're safe, and that when parents send their children to school, they can expect them to return safely to them. And so, thank you, Mayor. We look forward to working in partnership. Thank you.
Police Commissioner.
So today at 3 p.m., around 3 p.m., in the 7200 Rising Sun Avenue, we have juveniles or students from Northeast High School who are waiting for the bus across the street. So we see, based on the video evidence we have so far, we see a car that's parked along the side of the store, of the Dunkin' Donuts. At some point when the bus is pulling up and the kids are converging to get on the bus, 3 individuals exit that vehicle and then and discharges multiple times, at least over 30 times they fire into the kids that are getting onto the bus. As a result of that gunfire, we now have 8 students who have been shot, ranging in age from 15 to 17 years of age. One of the kids is in critical condition. He was shot multiple times. This is an ongoing and active investigation. I echo the words of the mayor. It is hard to sit here and see in 3 days that I have 11 juveniles shot who are going and coming from school. The cowardly acts that we've seen over the last 3 days are unacceptable. The fact that we have this situation where I've talked about it multiple times. The downstream impact.
Okay, that's where he blew me. He said they've been having problems at their school for the last 3 days. So you mean to tell me wasn't no police presence there after day 2? Like, okay, one day, then the next day, but then after day 2, you don't put no police presence because the day is Wednesday. They said it first started Monday with the passing of the other young boy. All right, man. Look, y'all like and share and subscribe these videos because it's a lot of blockage with our ability to transfer media because YouTube won't push certain things because this is just happening, and this is a crazy situation because these is kids going to school. All right, I'm gonna let y'all finish this.
And we do not address gun violence, and we do not address guns as what we see today. And we are going to take all for press hard each and every day to deal with this issue as the mayor outlined. As a result of what we've seen over the last 3 days, we're going to be ramping up our resources significantly. I want parents and families to know that we're going to be along our corridors across the entire city of Philadelphia until we can figure out exactly what's going on in this situation, whether it's linked to the situation on Monday, or what do we need to do more moving forward. But we're working with Chief Lawson in that effort, but we will do everything in our power to bring those individuals who are responsible for this shooting today, as well as Monday, and any of the shootings that we have to justice. But we cannot ignore what we're seeing over the last 3 days. I will not sit here and people call me and tell me what I should or should not be doing. This is what we see when we give guns in the hands of juveniles and what they do with them. Telling kids that they should not carry guns because they're scared. Really? This is an end result of what we see. So we are going to work hard, and we're going to continue with the men and women behind me and my team to get these guns off the street and stop this from happening. I'm passing out over to, I think he's
Lawson. Chief, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I had a larger press release earlier today. I will let those comments stand on their own. But much of what I said stands, and you're seeing the effort of that now. We talked about strong partnerships in this city. We talked about the things that we're going to do together, and you're seeing that right now. Our attention at this time turned into how we can effectively police school dismissal, the influx of school kids for the remainder of this week, and we're working closely with Commissioner Bethel's staff to be able to do that. That's all I have at this time.
Questions? I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a horrifying event. I want you to imagine for a moment a parent receiving a call saying your child is in the hospital. Your child's been shot. We don't know the condition. I want you to imagine a parent waiting for their child to come home from school. And that parent hears that something happened at the bus stop where this child is going to wait. This does not just kill and harm the people who were struck with the bullets. This is a devastating, disabling, horrifying event for every child who was out here, every child who goes to that school, every parent whose child goes to that school, every person who rides public transit. And a city lives by its schools and it lives by its public transit. I want you to know that we are all here united. We are all here together. We have been and will continue to be working together vigorously. I know that with the help of the Philadelphia Police Department's excellent detectives, with the help of ATF, with the available help of FBI, with the help of the Gun Violence Task Force in my office, we will catch the people who did this. We will hold those people in custody. We will charge them and we will vigorously prosecute them and we will give them the consequences that they absolutely deserve for this devastating and horrifying act.
Commissioner, can you just talk to what parents maybe, I mean, obviously parents, and you have worked in the school district before, but parents are obviously not only frightened, but some of them may also be not thinking my kid could possibly be involved in this. What would your advice be to parents or families now that we have so many kids shot in so many days?
You talking what parent? You talking about parents who
Both sides.
Well, I mean, there's two sides, and that's been described here. I mean, the reality, the trauma that inflicted on our young children today, who have been shot in the school community, is significant. You know, this has been a continuation of the violence that we saw last year at our schools, and we thought, you know, we had worked diligently and worked hard with the school district at the time I was there.
As a police chief, he should be ashamed of himself to even say he had the same problem with some teenagers last year. What's going on in Philadelphia with you cops? How you having the same problem year after year with some high school students at the same high school? So y'all ain't doing nothing out there but just eating donuts, huh?
And even now with Chief Craig Johnson to really work in those areas, and we thought that. So it is very traumatic for families today. I've said this before. I'm a graduate of John Bartram High School. Going to high school was the safest place I could ever imagine going. I never, ever thought that anyone would shoot me walking to school or kill me at the doorstep of a school, or let alone getting on the bus 2 blocks down. So those parents and those children, yeah, it's very traumatic. And I know the school district and Dr. Wallington will be deploying their teams to be able to deal with those issues as they always do. For the shooters, I mean, they come from their parents need to get engaged. We said this multiple times. I ask every parent today, go in those rooms and look under those tables and look under those closets and get those guns out of the house, right? Because at the end of the day, many of these kids are coming from the same communities that they're shooting at, right? And they know who they are. And the community knows who they are. We can't do this by ourselves. Like, we need the community, we need parents to get engaged and engage in what their young people are doing. They're looking at drill rap, they're looking at TV, they're doing all these things and on putting themselves on social media and then getting fired up and engaged and then come out here and shoot. Small beefs on social media. You said something wrong, you looked at me wrong, and now we're having young people out here taking them in their hands and putting guns in their hands and killing people. Yesterday we had a gun with a trigger mechanism on it, fully automatic. I mean, able to fire multiple rounds in seconds. That's not acceptable.
Mayor, can I ask you? Like you are going to wonder, do I send my kid to school? They're going to be scared. They're going to say, let me just let him learn virally because I'm afraid for him in a bus stop. What kind of message do you have for those moms like yourself with a kid?
Relative to the scheduling, I'm going to ask our superintendent to address the scheduling portion.
Absolutely. We know that kids learn more. If we didn't learn anything else from the pandemic, is that kids, most of them, learn more with in-person instruction than in remote learning. So it's so important that
As a parent, I would never send my kids back to that school again. You crazy? That school should be empty. For real.
We work together to win this war on gun violence so that kids can be in school.
But a lot of moms and dads are going to be like, they're not going to learn anything when they're shot in the hospital or they're dead.
Absolutely. We're going to be very sympathetic. We're going to be very understanding of parents' positions. I'm a father of 3 young men myself who are in public schools. And to the extent possible, we want students to be in school and to be safe.
Mayor, let me just go back to your question, particularly as it relates to the 2 schools in question, Northeast School and Imhotep. Parents of children who attend those schools should get specific. They will get specific instructions from them on exactly what the operating procedure will be at both of those locations. But as it relates to going to school and going to work tomorrow, I have the full confidence of our police commissioner and every partner that you heard me reference here today, that we are working together to ensure that your travel to and fro, whether or not that's school, that's to work, to the doctor's office, to the supermarket, we're going to be doing everything that we possibly can together, is the key to ensure the safety of our streets. And our very valuable partner with SEPTA, it's extremely important that they be front and center here with us on today, because this is very much a collaborative approach.
Mayor, I just want to ask you about, you said everything under the law, or everything you're going to use to combat this. Stop and frisk. Is that something that you want to...
Is this the moment? Is this the moment in time to talk about that?
No,
literally, is this the moment in time? Like, we're talking about the work we need to do to deal with the issues we have. We have 11 children shot today. This is not about stop and frisk. This is not about that right now. It's about what we're going to do as a city to address the violence that we're seeing now. I'm not cutting you off, but that's the reality of the work. That's the reality. So we're going to end it here. I think it's time for us that we have work to do. We have a lot of work to do. We got to get back and deal with these kids that we have to deal with, and our team will be following up with you. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate all of you coming out.
Is there a possibility that they're linked Mondays and
We don't know yet. We're looking to see that, but we don't know yet.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, that story. Chaos. So we still got to be vigilant and pay attention. I know we've been talking a lot about politics, but these are the type of things that's going on in these communities where they already, and they finna send these immigrants. I mean, what does that really look like? It's gonna look like a third world country. Like I said, any patriots in the building, salute. Sign to you out of Detroit. Keep your head on swivel. Peace, like, share, and subscribe.